So it's almost St. Patrick's Day, so I thought I would take some time to do just a super easy, super simple St. Patrick's Day, like fun look. So we're going to start first things first with my Glorious Primer. We've got two primers. We've got Touch Glorious Primer and we have the Hydrating Primer. The hydrating is good if you've got like really dry skin or if it's a dry season. You can put the hydrating primer on and that will help your makeup to go on really smooth. The Touch Glorious Primer is great to help fill in any wrinkles so that you don't have those fine lines show when you're putting your makeup on. Now I'm going to do my eye primer. And this is good because it helps my eyeshadow to not like smudge, to not fall out and get underneath my eyes. And then I actually end up using less eyeshadow because it helps to just spread it out more and it brings out the color so you don't use as much. So the next thing I'm going to do is take my brow palette and that pink color there, I have just a little bit of dark circles going on. So I'm going to take that pink color and I'm going to come underneath my eyes where those dark circles are, because the pink counteracts my dark circles and lightens up my eyes. Isn't that cool? So we're going to do the eye look before we do the foundation. That just gives my primer some time to settle in on my face. And then my eye look blends a little bit better too if I do my primer first. So I am going to start with just a base color from a different palette. This is palette 6. So I'm just gonna take this calm color right here. It's just a very neutral, very light color. And I'm just gonna put it on my lid as like a base coat. And then that's just gonna help the rest of my colors to blend better and to not look so smudgy. So easy as that. Just a quick little, and then you're done. Next up, I'm going to use some green from our palette 7. So isn't that color just like, this palette is super bright, but green for St. Patrick's Day, of course. So I'm going to take that. I always tap any excess color off. And then I'm going to come on the outside, or from the middle out, I should say, and just color in. Because what I want to do, and what I'm going for as far as this look goes, is I'm hoping to get like the green here, and then we'll have a little gold in there. So I have gold like the pot of gold and green for the leprechaun. Just something fun. And you can, if you do still feel like you get some fallout from your shadow, like below your eyes, you can actually put some of the eye primer down below your eye, and then that helps keep the shadow from falling into your eyes. So again, I just kind of take the color, and just to show you what I do, I kind of gently wipe and then I come down to the very end and kind of pat. And then that way, any of that extra that falls off, and then if you still feel like you have a lot, you can blow on it lightly. Just make sure you blow away from yourself. And then same thing on this side. We're going to go from the middle out. To get that pretty green. And then do some more. Just a pretty green color. You can do this with any green. If you have like a green cream shadow lipstick eyeshadow, you could do the cream shadows. You could do our pressed shadows. Whatever you want to do. It's all fun. Okay, so there we got our fun green. All right, then I want to use the yellow that comes in this palette right here to go on the inner part of my eye. And again, I just take the color, tap, 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 tap. And if there's any extra, then I just kind of blow it off. So the yellow is gonna help bring out the shimmer that I'm gonna put on. Then I can blend it a little bit. This is gonna be fun, you guys. So fun. On the inside of my eye. Inside of my eye. If you're a Green Bay Packer fan, you could totally do this for game day for the Packers too. Very similar because the colors are the same. Do a little more to blend here. Okay, we're gonna blend it, so I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush here and just do a little bit of a blend. Okay, so next what I'm gonna do is take one of our cream shadows. This is called Elegant. So it's kind of a glitter color. I'm gonna take my cream shadow brush and I'm gonna use some of our rose water toning spritz because this is clean. It's better than putting water on my brush because of the rose water. And I'm just gonna spray the brush lightly. And then I usually just kind of pat some of that rose water in there. And then take my my brush into my gold, get a little bit of that gold on there, and I'm gonna just put it right on the inside to just give a little bit of a sparkle to my yellow. So it's a lot more like that gold on the rainbow, or gold at the end of the rainbow. So again, and if you have cream shadows and you feel like the shadows are starting to get dry, you can also take that rose water toning spritz and spritz it in there and then stir it up, and that'll bring your shadows back to life. So, and what I like about Elegant is it doesn't take away from that yellow that I put there. It actually helps that yellow to like pop out a little bit. And then if you wanted to, you could sure take our Dip and Draw eyeliner, or I'm going to use, we had a special edition liquid liner, so I'm going to use that one today. But our Dip and Draw liners are very similar. They have a really like small point that you can use, and I'm just going to come in right along my lashes just to give myself a little bit of a fuller look at my lash line. Just so when I put my mascara on, my lashes look fuller. And you can see as I'm doing my eyeliner, this is the reason why I did my eyeliner before I did my foundation, so I'm not like putting my hand on my foundation that I just put on my face. Sometimes I make little mistakes like that. It happens. Good news is if you make a mistake, you can just take your shadow brush and brush it away. Like it never happened. Ooh, see like that there. What I can do is take a little bit of my palette and grab some of my green again. Oops, it's yellow. Green, and I can come in and kind of blend that back in. Makes that not stand out so bad. Okay, now we'll do the foundation because I'm going to let that liner dry a little bit before I do my lashes. I'm going to curl my lashes, so I want my eyeliner to dry a little before I do that. So what I'm going to do is take my stick foundation and put my stick foundation on my face, and then I also put it on my neck. So my neck and my face are the same color. This is where my boys think it looks like I'm doing like war paint or something. And you can blot it on, you can stroke it on. If you do the strokes, don't go too hard or else you'll promote wrinkles. This is the color Tulle. This is my winter color. My summer color is Lace. They're not really all that different, other than Lace just gives me a little bit more of a darker look. I don't tan very well. And then I use my Kabuki brush, which is just a flat, super soft brush. These two things were made for each other. So I use my Kabuki brush very gently to blend in my makeup everywhere. And if you need to look into a side mirror just to make sure that you got it all, do so. Do what you gotta do. And just because it's for St. Patty's Day, I am going to take this fun bronze color, if I can open it, and put it on my cheeks so that it looks just kind of golden. It's just for fun. So take my brush and just lightly go right on my cheekbone. Just defines my cheeks just a little bit, but not enough to make me look gaudy. See, just a little shine. You need a little leprechaun shine. All right, so next up I'm gonna do my setting powder. So setting powder is super awesome for when you're done with your face look and you want it to last you all day. Mine's almost out, so I have to tip it over to get the powder part out. But you just put the powder all over your face. And I put it on my neck too because, hey, I put foundation there. And this is just going to help my foundation to stay. It's going to help that bronze that I put on there to stay. And if I'm a good girl all day and don't touch my face, my makeup will actually look really good for the rest of the day. But sometimes we touch our faces during the day, and you really shouldn't because that promotes oils, it promotes your makeup coming off, it clogs your pores, so try not to touch your face. Okay, time for the brows. I do my setting powder before I do my brows because the powder gets onto my brows and then I feel like it fades the color. So if I were to put my brow color on before I put my setting powder, I feel like it fades my brow color. So that's just why I do my setting powder before I do my brows. So I'm going to use that brow palette I showed you earlier where I used the pink for under my eyes. So now I'm going to use this lighter color here to go on the inner part of my brows. Just a very light hand. We're just bringing in see, so now I've got brown eyebrows. It matches my hair. So I'm going to do the other eye. And here. See, so now I've got nice brown eyebrows and it looks better. So eyebrows really do make a difference when you're trying to bring out your eye look, but even just it helps you not look so much older. So if you have gray brows, it just helps you to lighten up a little bit and does actually make you look younger. So I'm going to take a little bit of the darker color and come right in my arch just to define my arch just a little better. Same thing here. There we go, done with the brows. Now we'll finish up the eyes with our mascara. I'm gonna curl my lashes. My lashes are, they're relatively long, but they just kind of point straight out. So I curl my lashes just to get that nice long length look. If you're blessed and have good lashes that are nice and curly, I'm very happy for you. So one thing that I could do before I put on my mascara is place the mascara primer on my lashes. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to use our 4D or Epic 4D mascara. It's got nylon fibers in it, but this would be the primer. So if you wanted to do just regular Epic mascara, those two go really, really well together. Just preps your lashes for the look that you're going for. But I'm going to use our Epic 4D mascara that has the nylon fibers just woven into it. And what I'm going to do is take that wand and put it at the base of my lashes and give it like a little twist and a little wiggle up. Little twist, little wiggle. Twist and wiggle, twist and wiggle. And what's nice about the 4D is it just gives you that look of super long lashes. See? The nylon fibers are buildable, so if you put yours on and you feel like, oh, I kind of want a little bit more, then you can, while it's still a little bit wet, make sure you do it while it's a little bit wet, add another layer on. And then I do my lower lashes because it makes my eyes pop a little bit better. So let's say if I wanted to do a little more, I would just come right to the tips of my lashes, give a little wiggle, just to add a little bit more. And if you feel like you want to do just a little bit of lash combing, you can come in with a lash comb just to spread them out a little if you get like a spot that looks like it got stuck. Okay. I'm going to do the other eye now. So base, wiggle, and roll up. Wiggle. Give it a little wiggle. Give a little wiggle. Ooh, give a little wiggle. There we go. Okay, do my lower lashes. Hard to do into a phone. And then just do a little bit on my ends just to get a little bit more length. If you get mascara on your eye like I just did, I'll show you what to do. It's not that hard to get rid of it. Just take a brush. It doesn't matter what brush. If it's a brush that has some eyeshadow on it, just make sure you want eyeshadow where it's at. But you could just take a brush and just brush it away. Okay. If it has eyeshadow on it, just like think about the fact that you'll probably end up with eyeshadow where you just were doing that brushing. So make sure you want that eyeshadow there. All right, we're just gonna do a quick lip and then we'll be done. So I'm gonna use one of our crushed powder lipsticks. So I don't know if you can see, but technically this is a powder. And what happens, and I don't know how, but scientifically what happens is you take the wand and it literally turns from a powder to a cream on your lips. So, and this stays on really well. There we go. You can always put gloss on. What's this one? This one's called Compatible. So it's just a really neutral color. I wanted a neutral lip color because I have my eyes being so green and gold for St. Patrick's Day. So that's just a super quick, super easy way to do just a fun St. Patrick's Day look. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments and I will gladly answer them. Thank you so much for watching. Remember that God loves you and so do I. Bye.